why did you add the privacy and confidentiality services?
Because it's equally as important as the protection part. And here's the reason why. I've managed a lot of threats over the years, like thousands of them. And, working with a lot of celebrities, and I've had cases where a woman is in England and she made like hundreds of phone calls to a celebrity, and then she shows up here in Los Angeles. Now that individual woman she didn't have the capability of doing anything, to hurt the celebrity, whatever. But there are people all over the world that are searching addresses and searching to find out additional information. They're almost like their own investigators trying to investigate when they have a fixation on a star or a famous person. And celebrities get bombarded all the time where people say, hey, I'm broke, I need money, can you send me money? All different things that they contact the people for. But if you remove all the personal information, there's nothing out there, and their life is done. You basically have created an anonymous lifestyle for them. You minimize and you lower the risk on any of those type of threats or potential threats.
In the age of social media, I would think your job is more difficult because people are putting themselves out there.
Absolutely.
More than ever.
Yes. And so we've had clients that maybe want to have lunch at the Ivy restaurant on Robertson Boulevard, and that client is then tweeting, we're going to the Ivy for lunch. So what happens is 65 paparazzi show up. And out of those 65 paparazzi that show up, one could be a stalker, one could be somebody who is out there has been sending inappropriate correspondence in that crowd. And now all of a sudden, that person is faced with a potential threat that the security team had no way to be able to assess.
Doesn't sound like a very relaxing lunch at the Ivy.
No, but it happens all the time. And then if I were a bad guy and I was going to do an investigation, let's use the Kardashians as a perfect example, and I look at every location that they've gone to in the last 6 months, I can plot those locations and I can kind of find out where does their lifestyle, what is the geographic radius of their lifestyle, and every time that if they go to a certain restaurant on a certain day at a certain time, I can figure out that if I want to do surveillance, I go to that restaurant, sit out there and wait till they come there. Mm-hmm. And so that's how bad guys think. And so when you put out everything you do on social media, it's better to put out, I just had lunch 2 hours ago at the Ivy restaurant. It was great.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I post things after I did them.
Yeah, absolutely. So it doesn't attract any wacko that would show up there, and now the security team doesn't have any idea who is this person and why are they here,
Yeah, and it makes your job more difficult if you have to watch for 65 people instead of, there might be a threat, a random one, but if you're bombarded with 65 more people to watch, it defeats the purpose.
We have an intelligence system. In the intelligence system, we get 60,000 live feeds. It's worldwide. And so with that intelligence system, it identifies 50 different types of threats, meaning kidnapping, homicide, burglary, robbery. And it also taps into Twitter. So I can punch your name in right now and look at those 60,000 live feeds and Twitter to find out whether there's any of those threats, anything out there that is threatening and related to you. So we use that in our protection work also. So in addition to eliminating their personal information and privacy, creating a privacy and confidentiality lifestyle, we have the intelligence system and we have the protection part.
Is it possible to be on social media and also be anonymous? Or do you have to choose one or the other?
Well, I think here's what I would say. Your social media on the outside is going to have your name, and that's cool. That's okay. But behind the social media, when you log in, that's what you have to protect. You have to set up a username and password that is not anything connected to you, meaning that, again, I would set up a fake email that goes to a real email in case I have to verify something or whatever. And then you have to use a password system that has at least 25 characters, digital numbers, whatever combination. And then I would try to set up a second factor authentication, which I use an app called Authy, and that's connected with my Facebook, my Twitter account. So then I get a code
called Authy.
Authy, yeah. And so I get
the purpose of it?
So that it stops anybody from hacking into your social media accounts.
How come more people don't know about this?
Because many times celebrities, high net worth people, they're focused on entertaining us and they're focused on making billions of dollars.
Job.
And it's not really it's like I don't have their skills to be a billionaire. I don't have their skills to be an A player in the entertainment industry. But behind the scenes, that's what we set up because I have other skills that can help them.
Absolutely.